lighting.
I'm glad you said it first.
Yeah, right. So if you beat me, I already got an excuse.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I think we are live.
Yep, there we go.
Everybody's phones plugged in.
Nope.
Kevin's got about an hour and 20 minutes.
I got 68% on my phone. So.
Well, he got about 45 minutes.
I got 54% on my computer. I should be good.
Yeah. Well, that'll keep us from going 5 hours then. Okay.
Yeah, I got a bedtime, so.
Yeah, you guys are still young.
4 o'clock comes awfully early.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I know, dude. It sucks getting old.
Yeah.
Should I turn my phone sideways?
You can if you want. Yeah. It would look better on the live stream for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Copy, paste. Yep. Public. Okay. Almost ready.
Did those round robin results affect any rankings anywhere?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm definitely not number 1 anymore.
Oh, I didn't see it change.
Yeah, I think I moved down to like 6. So
No, I think you went back to 5, Kev. I do believe
5.
that.
You went from 1 to 5 though?
Mm-hmm.
Did they tell you beforehand that it was going to affect rankings?
I mean, we figured it was going to, but nothing was official. I mean, everybody said it was for rankings and stuff, but that's up to Arm Fighter and stuff. But
How'd you
Alex
feel?
is in the chat.
Going into it, horrible.
Just pain wise, or?
I mean, my elbow was pretty messed up from the Arm Wars match, and then
Dude, that was nuts.
I weighed in for Arm Wars at like 172, and I was all the way up to 176 at one point. And then I had about 7 days to make 154 for the round robin. So that didn't help me either. So energy depletion, sore elbow.
The Arm Wars was way bigger of an opportunity. You had to take it.
Right.
You did the right thing in every aspect.
I could have backed out of the round robin, but then it's, the number 1 guy doesn't want to show up, and I already know how it would be, but I'm not too
That
bad
shouldn't
about
bother me. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, yeah, I backed out, so what?
Right.
I don't care, son.
I don't give a shit.
Right.
9 people watching. All right, cool. Hey, if you're here, pop your name in the chat. Let us know you're here. Wilkie's here. What up, dog? Yeah, boy. Otha, if you can, man. Well, Kevin also, if you want to, but we're having our Badger Battle Thursday, 7 p.m. Got a couple matches going. I think we'll have 3, but as of the moment, no outsiders. I wanted to have some guys from other clubs jumping in and whatnot, but doesn't look like it.
that made it fun at the dog fights, like
Yeah.
having Lawrence versus Justice and kind of East Ohio versus Cleveland.
Yeah.
Made it a little bit more exciting.
Who won, Cleveland or East Liverpool? Or was that a battle or anything like that?
East
There was
Liverpool won.
two of those matches were UAW versus Cleveland.
Yeah, you guys wiped us clean.
No, it was both 3-2s. They were close matches.
Well, I mean, they both won their matches from.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, they did well. Yeah, they did very well. I the matches were good. There wasn't crazy issues with them or nothing like that. Both pullers, all the pullers, they did a great job trying to keep their elbows down and squaring and everything, dude. All the athletes did very well.
Yeah, I thought went pretty good.
Tony Stansberry, what up, dog? How you doing, man? Johnny Jarrett's here. What up, Johnny? Josh Howard, how you doing, bud? He said he's here. Cool. Scott is in the chat. Big dog. Nobody wants that smoke for Thursday. I put it out there. Nobody wants to smoke.
We can get somebody for him next month at mine. We'll find something.
Who's this?
Scott Agulia. I initially thought about Josh McKinter.
Is him and Johnny Jarrett close left-handed, you think?
Yeah, I would say that's probably pretty close.
You want that match, Johnny? July, Cleveland?
That'd probably be a pretty good match.
That would be a fun one.
Job is here. What up, Job? Scott said this week works better. We ain't getting Johnny down here. Not for that. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, one and all. Thanks, everybody, for being here for East Ohio Arm Wrestling Podcast, featuring Mr. Kevin Palco and Mr. Otha Loving. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. First thing I want to do is thank our sponsors and our supporters of the podcast. First off, let's thank Marshall Thompson Trucking. Without his support of the podcast, we wouldn't be able to do this. We thank him so much for everything that he does for the club. SCI Roofing Services, our club sponsor. Awesome people. If you guys need any type of roofing issues fixed in the tri-state area, Lisbon area, get a hold of SCI Roofing Services. They're great people. Grip Arm Sport, Mr. Zach Perkins, thank him so much for everything he does for the community. What a vital impact he has been, for the last year. What a great dude. Also, Bill Connor and the Morrow County Arm Wrestling League, thank him for the support of the podcast. Also, Kiwanis Club of East Liverpool. As always, such a great supporter of East Ohio Arm Wrestling. So, cool. That's out of the way, guys. Welcome to the show. We are here. We are talking about the 2023 Tri-State Pottery Festival. What do you guys think? You guys excited?
Always the funnest one to go to.
Man, I tell you what, last year, if anybody here has not seen what the Pottery Festival is, this will be the second year. Last year, I think we knocked it out of the park, to be honest with you. You guys can go on to Kevin's YouTube channel and just put in Kevin Palco Arm Wrestling and go to his videos. Scroll down to last June, and you'll see it. I think you put East Liverpool Pottery Festival, I think is what the name of it is.
I'll repost it on my Facebook too, so that people have the link. That way it'll kind of be like, hey, let's get ready for it. Yeah,
that's a great idea. I have pointed so many people to that video. I just had a small seminar kind of instructional thing at the Rotary Club a couple weeks back, and I pointed them to that video. I said, go here and you'll see what it's all about.
Mhm.
Worked out real nice.
Yeah, I'm glad we got the Pottery Festival. I was kind of bummed when you said it got, like, the date got changed and it messed up a little bit, but we're back. And
Oh man, yeah, that was such a relief. Just because we know that putting on a tournament is way more work, and in such a short time, that would have been real rough.
so you're doing a tournament too, and then the super matches.
No. Just for this year, we're only doing the super matches. So what I'm gonna do is set up a tent usually like you see at those festivals, people set up their tents and whatnot. So I'll set up a tent and put, our banner on one side or two sides or whatever, and we'll have a table there. Hopefully it's as close as possible to the main stage. Hopefully we're going to be pretty close. And then we'll have that set up probably around like 11 or noon, something like that. We'll kind of hang out, maybe pull some of the town folk coming through. And then at 2 p.m., we're going to shut down the tent. And unless somebody wants to stay, but we got Mr. Johnny Hanowski putting on an advanced seminar in the Newcastle School of Trades building. So we'll be in there in one of the classrooms, and he's going to put on a seminar from 2 to 4. So any arm wrestlers, if you guys want to get some advanced training, advanced learning about the sport, you guys come to that. It only costs $10 to be a participant in the seminar. That'll be from 2 to 4 p.m. on July 1st. Like I said, Johnny will take the advanced pullers. If there's a bunch of new people, I'll go ahead and just take the new people and show them the basics. So we got that from 2 to 4, and then we will obviously take a break. We'll hang out at the tent or whatnot, or get some food and everything. And then at 6 p.m., that's when the fun starts on the main stage. So you guys are going to be the headliner. So you guys will probably be going on I would guess roughly right around 7.
Nice. 2 years in a row.
Yes, sir.
The cool thing about that though is that you have like a non-arm wrestling crowd.
Yes.
That's so cool. Normally you just have a crowd full of just people that know what they're doing. I mean, this is how to get new people into the sport.
Yeah, there was a lot of them last year. Like, just people, like you said, just they were there to watch.
Yeah.
I think that's what made it so cool, because we're used to just performing in front of like the other people that are doing the tournament, or maybe like our family and friends.
Yeah.
This was like an actual audience. So
it is a blast. Oh, you was at last year's, wasn't you?
Mm-hmm. I showed up a little late, but I ended up getting there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a blast, man. I think we had a couple hundred people standing around watching. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Let's see here. Let's check out the chat real quick before we continue. Let's see here. Johnny Jarrett, July. I can't wait. We'll be in Reynoldsburg the next 7 weeks, but once I'm back. Not sure what that means. Kevin said August 25th. That's your birthday, right?
Trying to get that match with him and Scott.
So you want that? You want to try to get that for August? Is that what?
Well, Johnny's got he's still recovering from that lat injury. But I think my next big thing is going to be August 25th, because, like I said, that'll be like my birthday practice and stuff.
Gotcha.
What's August 25th?
So my birthday is August 28th, so I want to have a big practice and like party for my birthday.
Okay.
We're gonna have it at a park, something like that.
Yeah, it'll probably be outside somewhere. I want to find a cool location.
That's cool. Manolo Sanchez, Poseo TV, he's in the chat. He's watching from New York. He says he's still stuck in New York. He's on his way to Vegas to meet up with Freddie Sanchez. Awesome to have Manolo in the States.
He's got to go from Puerto Rico to New York and then all the way back down to Vegas.
I guess that was the layover, I guess.
That seems kind of
And,
weird.
and then he's stuck right now in New York, in the New York airport. I don't know what's going on. That's all the only information that we got so far. But yeah, so that's the kind of the rundown of what we're going to do this year. Like I said, no tournament this year. Try to make it nice and simple. I think last year we had a decent turnout for the tournament, but that was never the focus of last year for the Pottery Festival. The focus was the main event, the showcase, your guys' matches up on stage. And that's what I wanted to focus on this year is these 5 matches, put on the best show that we can possibly put on with the best matches. And I think we definitely have succeeded in putting together 5 pretty good matches, to be honest with you. I really do think so.
For sure.
Did you do anything differently this year, like as far as production or like the overall like look of the show? Is it going to be any different?
Well, there's a bigger stage. I know that. Definitely a bigger stage. I'll have my banner somewhere there, with the sponsors on it and everything. I'm not sure if I can put that up on stage or not because they have their own sponsors.
Right.
So, until we see the actual stage and where we can put our banners and stuff, I'm not entirely sure about that yet, but we're still going to do the walkout music. So every one of you guys, I'll get with everybody and we'll get, your walkout music that you want. We're going to do, your accolades that you want, spoke before your walk-up music and stuff. And we're definitely going to do that again. We have one difference is I will be reffing. Me and Justice are going to ref the matches, and Mr. Johnny Hanoski is going to do the 2nd through 5th matches on commentary. So his match with Drew Hollinger will be the first match. We'll get that one out of the way so that way Johnny can get on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
So we need somebody for the mic for the first match. So it pays $20.
Otha.
So if anybody wants to do it, you got to know what you're talking about. But pay $20 to jump
carrying on a conversation. So
it's not that hard. It's not too bad. But it's something that not a whole lot of people can do. Not a whole lot of people can really work that mic.
You'd hear crickets with me on the mic.
You better start getting good at it, dude.
I know.
Which is surprising. I'm surprised that you wouldn't be more eager to do it, with your YouTube channel and stuff. The more you do it.
I am eager to do it. I just don't think I'd be good at it.
Well,
only
that's
one way
one
to
thing that
find
you're
out.
just you're gonna have to get past it. Back in the day, you didn't think that you'd be good at having a YouTube channel or even arm wrestling, right? And that worked out really good. So the only thing you can do is just keep doing it. And, if you're bad at it, so be it, whatever, you'll get better and better.
Got to leave your comfort zone, right?
Yes, exactly. Manolo said they don't like rain in New York. That's hilarious. He said the only connection he found was this date. Jeez, that's a bummer. But yeah, so those are the main differences that we're having this year. I think having a dedicated person on the microphone is a must. You have to have somebody on the microphone walking the audience through it. These guys watching this, they don't know what they're looking at, what they're seeing. So just like I did last year, Johnny will do that this year. And I'm sure there'll be a whole lot less growling and yelling because my throat was hurting for 2 days after that. That was a rough one, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So guys, I wanted to talk about your your guys' thoughts on your training leading up to this, how that's going. Kev, you want to start us out? Like your thoughts on this match and, how your training's going and stuff like that.
Yeah. So my training has been kind of crappy because I'm still recovering from arm wars.
Jeez.
So I almost took the entire month off of June. Like I came back from Tennessee for the round robin, and then I basically took off. Other than a little bit of light table time, I wasn't in the gym at all. Like just a little bit of blood flow and handwork, but my normal routine is just recovery at this point. But I think that's what I needed because I was so broken down that I can already feel now that I am recovering, how much stronger I'm getting. But
yeah,
I don't know. I think the match is going to be a lot tougher than people think. I think only like our local people probably really only know who Otha is, and they know how strong he is. Anybody outside of like our community, they're going to have no clue who he is. But I mean, obviously Otha's beaten me before at different tournaments and stuff. And I mean, I think we're pretty even on like wins and losses versus each other. So I think it's going to be a good match.
Yeah. Yeah, I think definitely going to be a good one. Otha, let's how's your training going and stuff? What do you think?
I think my training's been pretty on point as best as I really can. I've been this past 8 to 12 weeks, I've been really ramping up just table time, just trying to get a solid game plan on what I get strong in certain areas that I know I'm lacking in. And I think I've gotten there just with my training partners that I am. I'm feeling pretty good. So obviously it's a tall hill to climb to try to beat Kevin, but I'm gonna do what I got to do. I think most of my none of my lifts though are anything crazy strong. I'm just like time under tension. I'm always consistent. There's not a week that goes by that I'm not doing 4, 5, 6 days a week. I'm not taking weeks off. I'm not taking, I practice through the pain. I work out through the pain. Hopefully that'll be enough to where I take the next couple weeks off. I heal and get 100%.
You still doing
So
the strict curls?
Not as much anymore. It's very difficult. Like with people, I hear the same thing with benching. It's hard to do table time and then go straight into the strict curls.
Right.
The tension through here is ridiculous. So no, I kind of cut that out. There for a while when I wasn't practicing on the table, it was strict curls a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, how long ago was that when I came over? And remember we both did that was like what, a year and a half, maybe even longer.
At least, yeah. I had just gotten started at that point. That was me maybe like 4 to 6 weeks into doing it. I think the most I ever got was I was body weight 160 and I was curling 160.
That's good.
Holy moly.
I think mine only got up to like 135.
Yeah, I think you and I were pretty similar that day.
Yep.
You might have had me by a few pounds actually. But yeah, I felt good at 160, and then I started table training again, trying to get back into strict curling, and it just didn't work out. Like I couldn't even do my 90%. It was ridiculous.
Right.
So I was like, you know what, screw this.
Yeah, it's one or the other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Greg Brown TV. He's in the chat. Thanks for joining us, Greg. Appreciate it, man. Michael Malone's in the chat also. Mike said, looking good, Otha.
Thanks, Mike.
Greg's watching while he's cooking dinner. Thanks for being here, man. Arm Travol Trant channel. Hi from California. Thanks for joining us, man. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. Yeah, like you said, Kev, a lot of people don't know who Otha is, but I think after July 1st, they're gonna know, because I think, like you guys said, the match is a whole lot closer than a lot of people think. I like you said. Like Otha said, it's a tall hill to climb. Kevin's been doing this for a long time. Your stamina is crazy good. But I don't think like when you say Kevin versus, Joe Blow, it's, oh, Kevin's gonna destroy him or something like that. That doesn't come to mind whenever we think of Otha.
Yeah.
It does not. It's
like when I look at the 154 ranks just for Ohio, it kind of seems like it's me like at the top, and then there's like a big gap, and then the 2, 3, 4. It's like they're still a ways away. But
Right.
once you put Otha in that mix, that gap is a lot closer now.
Oh yeah. For real.
I think,
would.
just my opinion, I think Otha is the number 2 for 154 at this point. So,
Oh yeah, for sure.
My problem is just I haven't gotten my name out there due to, personal reasons, due to work, due to other things in life. And Saturdays for these tournaments, I wish they were Sundays because I'd be there. But with them being Saturdays, it's almost impossible to get out to these tournaments. I'd love to go out to Tennessee State or, Louisiana or wherever. I'd love to travel to these places, but
yeah, I was just going to ask, if you could, would you try to get like out there more?
100%.
Hey, good thing we got these Badger battles coming up, these dog fights coming up, whatever Jeff Wilkinson is bringing up, in his stuff. We got the Townville crew, the, Chucky Peterson, his group is starting this stuff. We got a Columbus crew. They're having something in September now, these glorified big, huge practices where we're going to have these super matches at, these are great opportunities, great Sunday afternoon opportunities for people such as yourself, that they'll be able to get some pulling in, some ready go scenarios and opportunities.
Absolutely.
Yeah. As of the moment, we're our first Badger Battle's Thursday, but we're going to have more, obviously. And then I'm thinking like a Saturday, late Saturday afternoon, or even a Sunday afternoon, right around Kevin's time, probably like 3-ish or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's definitely looking like that would get a whole lot more people to a practice for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Doug Four's in the chat. Doug, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. Alex Bean said, Strict Curl 160. He said, goodness gracious. I'd like to see what Alex could strict curl. He got some pretty good biceps, man.
Big old melons on them biceps.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Grip Arm Sport, he's here. What's up, Zach? Thanks for being here, man. He said Otha is number 2 for sure.
I hope so.
Michael Malone also agreed Otha number 2 for sure. Yep. It's a lot closer. Yeah. Like Kevin said, it's a lot closer between you two than Kevin and everybody else for sure.
Yep.
Lawrence Bell, he shows up. What's up, Lawrence? He said, what up, Kevin? It was a great battle.
Pretty good match yesterday.
Yep.
Against Justice.
Kev, let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about that match, Justice versus Lawrence. How did your guys' plan work out? Did you guys have a plan coming into the match or anything like that? Or did you, work up to it?
We didn't really game plan or do anything different. Lawrence has been doing a lot of table time. Like even when we have our Thursday practices out in South Amherst, he's showing up to those. I mean, Lawrence went to nationals on whatever Saturday. And then he might have been at practice the next day. And then he was at practice again Thursday. So he's killing it with the table time and trying to get to as many events as possible. I think his biggest thing right now is his weight. I mean, it's hard for him to get even above 150, I think. So, but I mean, I think his goal was to put Justice in the hook, but obviously the first 2 matches he didn't get it. And then it looks like the 3rd and 4th match, he was able to catch it and, hold him there, and came down to that 5th round, and Justice just made a good transition. He went into the shoulder press and got on his bicep.
Yeah.
I don't think Justice wanted to be like side to side with him. He had to get on Lawrence's bicep in order to beat him. So
Yeah. It was a great transition.
oh yeah.
I was like, wow. I wasn't expecting it. I was like, where did that come
Right.
from? Because
Well,
Justice doesn't shoulder press too much.
Right. Once Justice beat him twice, though, I was like, man, I think this is over. And then Lawrence came back, and you could kind of feel it in the room that people started getting amped up again.
Mm-hmm. That was a great
Justice is
match.
just crazy for being a 17-year-old and him being in the sport for a year.
One year.
How versatile he is crazy.
Yeah, that's another point about this pottery festival that is so awesome.
Yeah.
After we're all done, what do? We go down there, we're gonna poll the public. And guess where we found Justice?
Yep.
Was last year's public poll. That's his first time. I think, Kevin, you were the first one to ever poll Justice. I think I
was.
It was, dude, it's crazy. And to see the ability that young man has now, just at 1 year in the sport, it's like, it's really good. His table IQ and technique abilities is like very, very good. He's so smart.
You see people like arm wrestling has evolved so much, even since when I first started. Like, so many amateurs are coming into the sport. They already know the techniques and everything. Like, before they even come to practice, they're already like, oh, here's my top roll, here's my hook. I had no idea what any of that was when I first started. So I'm sure they can just go on YouTube now and find every technique ever made and all the stuff that Devin Larrett teaches and stuff.
Yeah.
I think when I first started arm wrestling, there were maybe 1 or 2 YouTube channels out there for any kind of arm wrestling, related content.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to read books and figure out what we were doing.
Watch Gary Roberts videos on our TV.
Right.
Dude, it's
that is true though.
Up.
Morgan Bremke, he gave me my first ever training manual. It was a book by James Retardus. You know who that is? He made a book. Yeah, how to arm wrestle. And Morgan gave me that when I first started.
That's awesome. Shout out Morgan. Love you, dude.
Yep.
He's such a good dude, man. Enjoy talking to him.
Oh, for sure. I wish you'd come out more.
Yeah, for sure. I got to group up with him at Arnold's. That was fun. He's so strong.
Oh, he's good. I mean, for not being in the sport consistently.
Yeah, exactly. Like he went exactly into the right position right off the bat. And I was like, whoa, where did that come from? Like,
yep. Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
That was wild. But yeah, so back to the pottery festival. Like we talked, we're gonna have a table set up at a booth pretty much, and then we'll go to the seminar from 2 to 4, go back to the booth, then we'll have the matches, then we'll go back to the booth for the rest of the evening. Hopefully we can definitely get some new blood coming in. We've had a couple kids from the school, show up at a practice here a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's pretty fun. They were like, hey, we're here. It's like, cool. So hopefully we'll get some more new blood coming in via the pottery festival. And it was last year before we even left. The organizers of the pottery festival came up and said, "Are you guys coming back next year?" Yeah. It didn't take very long. It was, maybe a half hour after we finished, and they were, "You coming back?" It was, "Yep, sure." So that's definitely the plan. It's so nice being able to just have the matches themselves without the tournament, to be honest with you. It's a whole lot easier as far as scheduling and getting everything kind of organized and stuff. You ain't got to worry about a whole lot,
Right.
obviously you got to find some good matches, but with this venue and this event, I tell you what, it'd be hard pressed to find somebody that would, turn it down, to be honest with you, because it is such a fun event for sure.
Right. If you reach out to somebody, they're going to do what they can to make it to this event.
Yeah. Johnny. Yeah. Forgot about that. Johnny Jarrett and Croxall, they had a match last year.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny said Pottery Festival was the most fun event I've competed in. It's awesome.
Yep.
Lawrence also said, congrats to Justice. Very nice young man. Yes. Thank you, Lawrence, for taking that match, man. I know that was 2 weeks in advance or something like that. Isn't that what it was? Something like 2 weeks.
So.
Yeah. We're going to definitely, these small practice super match events is going to really blow up, I think.
Right. So this was something that was brought up to me. I forgot who it was, but somebody reached out to me about like a 154 match for the dog fights. They were like, what if we walk around at 165? Are we going to have to weigh in at 154 in order for the OPAR rankings to change? Technically, they should have to weigh in at 154. So, like, I know Nick and Chad, they made an agreement to meet halfway, which was at my house, and then they just weighed in at my house. So that's something that we need to figure out in the future. If it is going to be a rankings match, how we do weigh-ins, or like we could probably do virtual weigh-ins, or
those are the easiest. Yeah.
Just have somebody record you and
no, you don't even record. You just do a messenger, video chat messenger in a group. You have say you're the tournament director or the super match director, right? And you have your two guys that are going together. You put both of those guys and yourself in the chat. And so that way both of the competitors can see each other. You can see them and you can confirm, and they got to weigh in via video chat. Not a recorded video.
Right. Yeah.
Live video.
Yeah. One from 4 weeks ago when I was a lot smaller.
Right. Exactly. So it has to be a live video for sure. And that's what we did for Garage Wars. It worked out perfect.
Right. Because I was even wondering that with me and Otha, how we were going to do it. So
yeah. If you guys agreed at 54s, then do day before weigh-ins. You guys agree on a time, for day before weigh-ins if you want, or if you guys agree to do same day weigh-ins. It's up to you guys. Whatever you guys want to do is fine. And then I will, help you guys out accordingly. Whatever you guys want to do. If you wanted to do
day
in
before,
person, or even if you wanted to do the video chat, it's perfectly fine.
I'm cool with day before if you are.
Yep.
Yeah. Whatever time you guys agree on, just let me know. I think I'll be on vacation that whole week. I think we're going camping. So
what do we got? Like a 6 or 8 pound clothing allowance, right?
Right.
No, I'd be cool with like a 2 or 3 if that's something you'd be interested in.
Yeah, I'm good either way. So
yeah. Well, you got plenty of time.
I've never missed 154 before, so it's not that big of a deal.
Wilkie said, "Oh yeah, for sure. I look forward to being on the card next year." Wink. That's definitely a possibility. We want to find the best matches. The closest matches really are what we're looking for. These matches for the Pottery Festival does not have to be big name matches.
Nope.
This year we got some big names just because of the way that it fell. But the people watching these matches down at the Pottery Festival, they have no clue who we are. They don't know who Kevin Palco is. They don't know who Tim Lewis is. They have no clue. So what matters is the closeness of the levels. That's
right.
What we look for the Pottery Festival, is these close matches. We want 3-2 battles. We don't want 3-0s. So when we think about putting these matches together, we want the best matches possible, not necessarily the highest level matches. They could be a novice match, but as long as the guys are really close in their level, that's more exciting than anything, whenever you get a 3-2 battle. Case in
No,
point, last year, Randy Duff and Tim Lewis. Randy was up two rounds.
Yep.
To none, and Tim brought it back. And the same
Thing
thing with
Josh
Garrett
Garrett.
and Rich Gasky.
Yep.
That
yep.
was amazing.
I would love to see a rematch with that again at some point.
That would be nice. I don't think Josh is taking his arm wrestling seriously anymore.
No, because it's baseball season. I know he does a lot with baseball or softball.
Yeah, he's his daughter's softball coach, I do believe.
Yep.
And she's a beast from what I hear, really good. So, it is what it is. We'll find another real good couple of real good matches for next year.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have Garage Wars again, and then we'll have another pottery festival, and then, one tournament, so I can't do 2 tournaments a year. That's just too much. Garage Wars, I tell you what, that was a lot more coordinating and doing all that than I was expecting. That many matches, obviously it's going to be kind of tough, but with it not being a tournament, I was like, oh, this should be a lot easier. Yeah, no, not too much, but it worked out.
You're the Engen Terzi of Ohio.
No, I don't want to be. No, you keep. I'm not saying anything bad about anybody. Just we'll keep Ohio as best as we can, and we're gonna definitely try to keep everything open, and everybody can do what they want in Ohio.
No,
I definitely don't.
I didn't mean it in that way. I meant it like in doing the matchmaking and stuff.
Oh, you know what? I don't, to be honest with you, I don't think I'm very good at matchmaking,
Right.
I go to you guys. I go to the pullers. I go to like yourself. I go to Tim, guys that have pulled a plethora of all these different pullers, If I have a middleman, hey, what does this guy feel
I pulled
like?
Bob and I pulled Joe, so I know they're close to each other.
Exactly. I can't really make all these matches up by myself. There's no way. I rely on the community to help me.
Yep.
Yeah. And a lot of these
pretty
matches,
bad at it too.
Exactly.
I'm like, you think this would be a good match? They're like, no, it's not even close. I'm like, oh, I thought it would be. And they're like 20 pounds difference too, probably.
Right. Exactly. Adam DeFrank's here. What's up, Adam? Nice seeing you at Michigan State, my friend. Yeah. So, let's talk about the other matches for the Pottery Festival. So we got Drew Hollinger and Johnny Hynoski left hand. What do you think, Kev? You got an opinion on that one?
I've never pulled Drew. Well, I did do that one after pull with him at Garage Wars, but that was right-handed. I've never even felt him left-handed. I have to say 3-0 John, and that's just based off of when me and John pulled at Filthy Animals.
Right.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be pretty one-sided.
Yeah, it was. John wanted a match for the Pottery Festival, and other than you, there wasn't a whole lot of different options that we had.
It's hard to.
But I think Drew was, as close as we could get, to a match with Johnny. They were able to have a battle at the Kiwanis event, left-handed, So it's not like Johnny walked right through Drew to get first place at the Kiwanis event. Drew stopped him, and made him work. But, we'll see. Drew's been putting in a ton of work, and his left is nice and healthy and stuff. So I'm hoping it's going to be a real good match. I told Drew this is a great opportunity for him. If he can pull out, a round or two, I think that would be a victory, even if he doesn't win the match, if he can pull out a round,
Right.
man, I tell you what, that's saying something, you know, because
What is
Drew hasn't
Drew
been in the sport, but maybe a couple years, 2-3 years,
Mhm.
something like that. I do believe, you
What
know.
is Drew
So
ranked left-handed?
what's that?
What is Drew ranked left-handed?
Left-handed in Ohio, I do believe he's number 2, or
Number 2
yeah, number
left-handed.
2. I do believe so. Yeah. Let me confirm that.
Is left his preferred hand or is it right?
I do believe he prefers his left. No, he is 3 left-handed. Anatol is 2.
I think I
Anatol
want to try to get
4?
Anatol up one of these dog fights. Me and him.
There you go.
I heard through the grapevine he kind of wanted me here soon, so
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, I
154.
agree.
I
Yeah,
guess
he moved to 54s.
all these big
Yes.
guys are coming down now.
Yeah, and then you're not going to be there very much longer.
You're right.
They're chasing you, and then they finally get there, and Kev's like, "All right,
Yeah,
see ya.
see ya.
Bye, guys." Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
No, I think I still got a few good years at 54.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, like Otha said, once you hit 30, dude. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
Ultimately, I wish I could be like Dan Blanchard and be like 50 and still at 154.
oh man.
I just have to chop off my leg.
Yeah, chop off one more leg.
Makes it a little easy. The next year it's the next leg.
Oh, let's see here.
He's not 154 though no more. He pulled
No,
170.
he's in the 76s now.
Yeah.
And he's huge at 176.
Yeah. Well, it's like
I
Bob
swear.
Brown. Bob Brown. He's 198 with
Yep.
no leg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Bob Brown's probably like really a 220.
Yeah.
Like his upper body's like a 220, but then
He got little bird
Mhm.
yep.
legs.
So Zach's in the chat, Grip Arm Sport. He goes, Billy, next year we need to do an event in July at the lake, Battle at the Bay. So Zach and I had talked about that previously, and we might have something in the works, you know, a nice lake event, you know, right on the lake, you know, family oriented, you know, right on the lake, swimming and arm wrestling and stuff, you know. Gonna be a fun.
I'm all for outdoor events in the summertime.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Let's see. Wilkie said it's all in the diet, my man. He said he's 33, walking at the same weight since high school.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
the difference is in high school, you got to eat whatever you want and walk around at that. Now
Yeah.
you got to diet, you got to fast, you know, you can't drink no pop, you know.
Yeah.
It's a
I wrestled
totally
at
different-
152. I wrestled
Yeah.
at 152 in high school, and that's eating hot dogs and pizza and fucking
Yeah.
candy and stuff.
Yeah, I was the complete opposite. I graduated high school weighing $130. Never lifted weights. I was just always like a distance and soccer player, so I didn't have to be big or anything. And then I
Right.
got lifting weights, and I kind of ballooned up to like 160.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's not a
Johnny
bad
said
thing.
he's 100% in at the Battle of the Bay. Battle at the
Oh, yeah.
Bay. Yeah. That's going to be a fun event for sure. That should be a good one.
See, I wanted to do something at like Cedar Point, like on their beach, but that's too hard to get people. Yeah, you can't get them into the place.
Right. You know, maybe you can, you know, make a deal with somebody somewhere, you know, that if they're looking for entertainment for something, you know, hey,
Right.
you know, we could put up a 5-card super match, but you got to let everybody in and their
Right.
family.
Well, I know like just to get on like the beach of Cedar Point is free. You just have to pay for parking. So you don't have to actually pay like admission to the park or anything. But
Mhm.
still, people have to travel out there. Then it's going to be $30 for parking. It's still going to be an issue. But I just thought it would be
how
cool.
sick- oh, well, now that I think about that, man, you know, those big tents that like they used at Keystones, like those big,
Mhm.
huge tents.
Yep.
How cool would that be to have one of those big tents, like you said, like right on the beach?
Yeah.
Like literally in the sand.
That'd be
Obviously,
awesome.
we try to level it out and put our plywood down,
Right,
so
the
that way we're not,
platform.
you know, do what we can, but dude, that would be sick.
Yep.
Like you got the waves crashing and we're just standing there arm wrestling, got some music playing,
That would
maybe
be the
some
event
grills.
of the year.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that'd be awesome. Have some, some barbecue going,
Mhm.
coolers full of drinks. Dude,
Yep.
that sounds like a great idea.
I'm excited for it already now.
Yeah. But getting people there, that's the thing. That's the thing, man. We
So
can put on every event under the sun, but if nobody wants to go to it or can't go to it because it's too far away, it's like, whatever.
I've actually thought of a few. I've thought of this already without even knowing you guys talked about it. I was thinking Geneva on the Lake would be a good one, a good spot for it. I think Huntington Beach in Cleveland's a good place. And then Lakeview Park in Lorraine. Those are 3 good beaches.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, man, we always go up to Presque Isle up in Erie every year whenever we go camping for vacation and stuff.
What about
It'd
Put
be
Bay?
nice.
Get everybody to go over on the ferry.
I
That
wi-
would be fun.
Man, I wish there was a big, huge lake in the center of the state.
Right.
That
Like
would
just
know.
Columbus is a giant lake. That'd be
Yeah.
nice.
Well,
With an island.
we'd be better off.
Yep.
We'd be better off. Oh, let's see. Grip Armsport said, if you book it, they will come 2 weeks after the 4th. Put in Bay. Johnny Jarrett said. Dude,
Oh yeah.
man,
I
I'll tell you
agree.
what. The whole thing is scheduling, man. Everybody's like, that's summertime.
Especially in July. Mhm.
Everybody's summertime vacations with their families and stuff,
If we schedule it now, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeff Wilkinson said, go to Nelson's Ledges. Hippies always like a good show.
Yeah, that's a good place.
I've
They got a
heard of
lot
that.
of-
Never been there, though.
Yeah, I think they have rock climbing out there too.
Is that the place on the quarry? Is that like
I
a
think
quarry?
so. I think it is. I know they got good rock climbing.
I remember hearing something about hippies at some place where there's a quarry, like half of it's like a state park or something like that. And then the other half is like some party place where a bunch of hippies are.
That could be it.
I have no idea. I've never been there. Apparently, Jeff knows all about it. Jeff, you hippie. He's such a good dude. He said yes. Yes. Dude, oh man. I tell you what, Ohio, we got the best ideas, but I'm telling you, man, it is tough getting the schedule down because there is so many events. We have so many guys that are willing to put on events. And then you got the schedule you're trying to work around. You don't want to step on this guy's toes and,
Right.
Whatever.
Well, yeah, like I don't even want to have a big practice because I'm like, well, is there an event close? Like the one I want to do August 25th. I'm like, is there an event in August that's gonna like interfere with it, or even early September that it could interfere with?
Right. The only one that I can think of is West Virginia State's August 19th.
Right.
That's Christina Casto's event.
Yeah.
You have that one, and I do believe Randall has an event that Saturday, the August 25th, I think, or 26th, I think. Hang on, give me 1 second. Oh boy, I think we're. I'm just trying to get to the schedule here on the East Ohio Arm Wrestling page. Yeah, August 26th. Randall's got an event.
I know Anatol goes to those stump crew events a lot too, so I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, it's definitely down his way. Yep, August 26th in Cincinnati, I do believe is where it's at. Yep, Quality Inn Hotel Cincinnati. Well, that's just a decision,
Yeah. I mean, mine's just a practice. It's not an event. So.
Yeah, how many of those people that you practice with are they going to show up down there? I mean, you could always do like a Facebook thing and who's going and who's not.
Right, right.
Yeah. Yes,
You're gonna have
sir.
it at the park like you did have before in the past.
So our regular practices, we probably won't do in the park anymore because we got 6 tables at Onyx just like sitting there waiting for us. So to get all those tables, transport them to the park, we probably won't do that anymore. But I would like to have like maybe once a month for these dogfight things, do them outside or at a different location or something.
Well, everybody's got tables, dude. But
I
just
know.
leave the tables
Everybody
at the gym,
right.
and
Yeah, because I
I'll
could
bring
always
a
bring
table.
one, and then Zach can bring one, you can bring one, Jason can bring one.
Yeah.
There, we got 4.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll get it done no matter what. We'll have plenty of tables. I don't see the problem with that.
Right.
I know the community is well respective enough to just lend a helping hand for sure.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
how
I've been there though. 18 guys show up to a practice, and I got like 1 or 2 tables. I'm like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, it happens. It happens. You just got to plan ahead.
There's picnic tables there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Right. Exactly.
Improvise.
That's exactly why I said, for Garage Wars, you make the announcement weeks ahead of the event. You guys bring your tables with you. We had like 8 tables there or something like that.
Oh yeah, they were everywhere.
It was great. Everybody was pulling and had plenty of time to pull, and it was an awesome event. And and that's the only thing you got to do. If you know you were going to need tables 2 weeks out, hey, we need tables. So
Yep,
it's going to work out okay. Otha, what do you think about getting back to the Pottery Festival? What do you think about Hinoski and Drew?
I think I agree with Kevin. I think it's 3-0, 3-1. I mean, if Drew's gotten better on his left and he stopped him last time, and he can potentially get 1 win, sneak 1 out. But I still tend to go with John 3-1, 3-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you guys. I think John's gonna win. I'd love
Look out
to
for
see
Drew later on because he's a young buck out there still.
Oh
so
yeah, trust me. And I've talked to Drew about this. I'd love to see him get two wins, even if he does lose the match. I'd love to see him get 2 wins, but realistically, I think he can squeak out a win somewhere. Put everything into it first couple rounds or something. Johnny's he's been doing it too long. How strong he is, super strong and super versatile. He knows where to go, when to go there, and when not to go another direction. It's just crazy. He can keep you out of your strength, just by a little twitch, something.
John's super quick too, right, Kev? I mean, he times his goes pretty well and he hits hard.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, your guys' match, he
don't-
got 1 on you left hand, didn't he, Kev?
He did. Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, I know. Going into that match, I'm pretty sure he was working his left a little bit more than usual, and it was pretty strong. So,
Was it 3-0 on the right?
yep.
Yeah. Grip Arm Sports said Stump Crew and Kentucky State are later in August also, alongside West Virginia States. So we've got busy time in late August.
Oh, yeah. July, August, always busy.
Cooper Danger Productions, he's in here. What's up, Coop? How's it going, brother? So let's move on to our next match. So John and we were going to be first because of John being on the commentary. Like I said earlier, if anybody's there wants to jump on the microphone for me for the first match, I'd really appreciate it. Pays $20 just to talk for 1 match. I'll make it 20. I mean, That's pretty
I'll
good.
do
I
anything
think
for $20. So
$20 and a t-shirt, right? Or something, everybody
Yep.
does something for a t-shirt, I tell you. But yeah, it's going to be a good one. So then we'll have John jump on the mic for the next match, which is my teammate Josh Croxall versus Tyler Hoyt. So they are meeting at 220 pounds max. I know Tyler was like 240 and he did a nice cut over the last year. So he's probably right at about 220 now. Let's see here. Oh, Meredith Taylor is in the chat. Said you guys have some really great ideas. Sounds exciting. Thanks for that. Thanks for that comment, Meredith. Appreciate it. Cooper Danger, just training with the champ Manny. Yes, sir. He is a beast. Manny had a very nice showing, right arm against Dan in Michigan. It was a great match. Yeah. He did very good. Everybody was thinking it was going to be a 3-2 victory for Manny on the right arm, but he pulled out a 3-0. It was great. So Croxall and Tyler, I pulled both of them. Both are stronger than me in the hook. I think Croxall is a little harder to get to the hook, but it's been a while since I've pulled Tyler, so it's like, who knows what's going to happen. I'm not entirely sure how much training Tyler's been able to get into, but I know Croxall's been hard at it every week, table time every week. He might not hit the gym or the weights as much, but I know his hand and wrist is super, super strong right now. Very, very strong. Nice. So after his great performance at Michigan State, I think Croxall's definitely got some confidence in his ability. So I'm gonna say Croxall 3-2 for that one, but I could be wrong. You never know. I just don't know what Tyler's been doing. I haven't been able to get down there in a while, so we'll see what happens with that one.
Yeah, I was also gonna say 3-2, but I think it could go either way. I think the match is gonna go 3-2 no matter who wins.
Yeah, I'd like to see it that way for sure. I mean, any time we can get a 3-2 in front of a crowd that has no idea what they're looking at. Yes. Yep. Please give us a 3-2.
Yep. I think it's just going to come down to who's healthier for the last round.
Yeah.
Has Tyler been active though? Didn't he have a match at Garage Wars?
He wasn't able to make it. He had some family issues he had to take care of. Okay. So he wasn't able to be there for that one. But him and his dad have a match for this card at the Pottery Festival. So that's leading up to the next match here, Mr. Richard Calero versus Mr. Bob Allen, right arm. So we got that match on the card also. That's going to be a fun one. Now, the only time I've ever seen Bob pull was against Tyler down at West Virginia State's last summer, and he 3-0'd Tyler fairly easy. But it's hard. It's hard to kind of gauge. I've never seen Bob pull other than Tyler, so
right.
It's hard to
Do
tell.
you have any idea what his experience is, or?
I know he's pulled for a long time, yeah, and he's super
Where's
super
he out of? Is he Ohio?
No, West Virginia. I do believe they're from Moundsville, West Virginia, about 2 hours south of East Liverpool.
How old is he?
I want to say right around 45 to 50-ish, around there.
So close to Rich. It'll be a pretty even match. Like,
I'm hoping. They wanted the match. Tyler got with me, right after last year. I think it was maybe like August, I want to say, maybe last year. And we was talking about it. And he said that his dad wanted to do a match too. And, he needed somebody very strong. And then he asked for Calero. So we'll see how it goes. I think Rich and Bob actually pulled prior, but I'm not entirely sure.
Hmm.
I'm not 100% on that. I'd have to ask Tyler again.
Well, Bob must be confident if he's calling Rich out.
Yeah.
There's got to be some kind of confidence there.
Yeah. Hopefully we got a 3-2, 3-1 match.
Mhm.
Either way, I don't care. Just I hate seeing 3-0s. I really do.
I got to go with Rich, of course, but that's just my
Yeah.
hometown guy. So
Right. I'm gonna just go. I got to go with Rich too, just because of I've seen him pull. I haven't seen Bob pull, so I don't know what his
Right.
levels. I know I can't touch Rich, so there you go. There you go. I can barely get Rich past center at all.
right.
Let's see here. Then we got Joey Melendez and Tim Lewis left hand.
Mm.
It's going to be a good one.
I think it's going to be the same old thing.
Mm-hmm.
Manny's going to have the stronger hand. Can Tim stop it and get to his honey hole?
Yeah, Joey was up at Michigan State. Let me go to, what is that? Michigan Orange, right? Has the results for Michigan State. Yeah. Let me see if Joey got first, second, or third, because they didn't put any of the brackets on. All they did was just put on the
just the first through third, right?
Yeah, first through third.
And 154s, who I know Michael Hitt got first. Who was second and third?
The Ekstrom brothers.
Who?
Yeah.
Eli Ekstrom and I think Jared Ekstrom.
Yeah. Right
They're
hand.
brothers.
I know left hand Anatol got left hand third place. He actually got left hand third place on 76 and 54s.
Two gorillas.
Yeah, two gorillas, yeah. No, actually, no, that was 143 was the Ekstrom brothers. Let me see, 54 pounds. Michael Hitt, Elijah Ekstrom, and Matt Borden, right hand. And then 54 left hand, open 54 left hand, Michael Hitt again, Matt Borden second, and then Anatol third. Yeah, Anatol got two gorillas left hand, 54 and 76 left hand.
Nice.
Yeah. What was Joey Melendez? What's he? 220, right?
Either that or 198. I'm not sure.
I don't see his name on the right. Let me see. Or left hand, I didn't see him. Open 220 right hand. No. So it doesn't look like he placed. But, a super match is totally different than a tournament, especially the biggest tournament in the country. So I'm hoping it's going to be a good match. The only time I've ever seen Tim and Joey grip up was at the BAL house before Kennywood. And I think it was pretty close, I do believe. But you never know what, pulling in a practice pool is nowhere near.
And we all know how Tim practices, so.
Exactly. Right. Tim, what do you think about that? Oh, I wasn't even trying.
You're right.
Who knows?
Everybody thinks they can beat Tim in practice. Man, did you see that? I beat Tim.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
competition comes and it's a completely different story.
Exactly. He'll never give you his 100%. And I don't blame him. You don't go to a practice and put 100% in. It's practice.
Right.
It's practice. So, I mean, it like you said, it always comes down to if Tim can get into his spot, good luck getting out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if he can get to the straps. But one thing I think Tim needs to really focus on is keeping his elbow for his slip. He's got to keep his elbow down while he slips, because if that elbow comes up before he slips, he's going to get the elbow foul.
Yep.
I
think Joey's going to be a little too much for him. I think Joey's going to take it.
Really? You think so?
I think so.
What are you thinking? 3-2?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing. If it goes to an endurance match, then you got to go with Tim, you would think.
Well, it depends on if it's inside or outside.
Mm-hmm.
If it's an outside endurance match, then you lean towards Joey.
Right.
But if it's inside,
I think it goes to Tim.
Yep.
It's just if Tim can get to the straps or not.
It's always the same thing.
I know Joey's hand it's freaking huge. So yeah, Tim might have trouble slipping, honestly. Because I know Tim always does that, like he tries to ball up and do that backwards kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Otha?
I'll have to go with probably Tim. I think he's more just out there. His name is out there more than Joey's.
Yep.
Especially talking left hand. Like left hand, Tim is top 15 in the US, left-handed. I've heard at one point in time, at least he was last year. And then I don't know where.
At one point I know he's definitely top 20.
Yeah.
Left hand for sure. I'm not sure where it's at now, where his left hand is right now as far as rankings. I haven't looked at it in a while.
I think it'll be similar as Randy Duff. I think Tim 3-2. I think I can see Joey going out 2-0 and then Tim winning the endurance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can see it going both ways. I really do. I think it's a style thing. It's a style thing. Like, I don't think I'm going to pick a winner on that one, obviously, but like you said, if it stays, then Joey could take it. If it gets into straps, then Tim's a favorite. You're like,
yep.
Which we'll find out July 1st. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, Joey's got to finish him fast, or else he might not finish him at all.
That's a good way of thinking it too. Johnny Jarrett said Joey 3-1. Joey's put in a ton of work. I talked to him, before about this, and he's working every single week, putting the time in, putting his training in, table time. He's definitely trying his hardest. He wanted this match, and I think he's got a good opportunity here. A lot of people, and Tim will even tell you himself, a lot of people, want to match with Tim because Tim's a well-known arm wrestler, and, people like to make a name for themselves against Tim.
Yep.
And
he's the gatekeeper.
What's that?
He's the gatekeeper, like into the high level.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If you can get through Tim, then you made it to that next level.
Yeah,
if you haven't got through Tim yet, you're still a little ways down.
Yeah, that's a good way of thinking about it for sure. Because Tim's been doing this almost 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah, exactly. 20 years. Jeez. Man, I wish I would have found this when I was in my early 20s or late teens. Oh my goodness, dude. I'd probably have 18-inch arms by now, but
still be a horrible arm wrestler, but
I like
at least
14.
at 20-inch arms.
Yeah, right. Well, after 20 years, you're bound to have some jacked arms for sure.
Oh yeah, look at these bad boys.
Yeah, and you're only what, 8 years into it? 7 years?
Yeah, I think I started in 2015.
So you're at 8 years. So wait
Eight.
another 10 years and guess how big your arms are going to be.
I better have 20s.
Jeez.
20
it's
and 12.
possible. You ain't going to be in 54s anymore. Your arms are way more than 54.
Right?
If you're like having big huge gorilla arms and his little tiny body.
Yep. I'd be
Pulling
like
76s.
SpongeBob when he used anchor arms.
Oh, that's hilarious. I remember that. I'm gonna make a meme out of that now.
Yep.
Yeah, Kevin in 10 years.
Yep.
Oh, you wait. I'll have that done tomorrow.
Put a little trucker hat on top of him.
Oh, that's great. Great. All right, guys. This leads me to your guys' match. Kevin Paco versus Otha Loving. Main event 2023 Pottery Festival. What do you guys think? How do you guys think this is gonna go? Otha, I'm gonna start with you, my friend. What do you think?
Like I said at the beginning, I think definitely Kevin's the favorite. But I'd be stupid to say, yeah, Kevin's going to win. I think I fancy myself more of like a 3-0, 3-1 type thing for me.
Gotcha. How do you think you would, if you want to divulge any of your plan? How do you think it would go? You don't have to if you don't want to tell your
Well, I won't go
plan.
into too much, but I think it's going to be hand based for sure. It's going to have to do everything with the hand for sure.
Yeah. Well,
if my hand's not as good as his, I mean, he beats me easy.
You have a roadmap in Mr. Craig Sanders, right?
Yeah.
You know, and it's unfortunate what happened up there. But Kevin, you definitely put all your heart and your soul into that match. I saw it, man. I saw the redness of your face and the sweat pouring off of you. I knew you put everything onto that. You're still recovering from it.
That's the hardest match I ever been in.
Jeez. So what do you, Kev, let's hear your thoughts on this one. What do you think?
I'll go 3-1 for myself. I think it's going to be who wins up top. Whoever gets like the height advantage, whoever starts to win center table, I think that's who's going to win the match. I don't know. Hopefully it goes into the straps and see what happens from there. But
I tell you, I'm going to tell both of you guys, I've pulled both of you, and just from my experience, you guys both crushed me. So I'm going to say it's going to be a close match. I really do. Like you guys are saying, it could be, a little style issue here and there, who can get, like you said, who can get the height. I think it's going to be a great match. It's going to be a lot closer than some people might think, for sure. A lot of people just say Kevin just because of, his experience with, the community and everything. Nobody knows who Otha is, so they're not going to pick him.
Yeah, that puts a lot of pressure on my back.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said
You
earlier.
lost to who?
Yeah.
How are we going
to? But that's not the way that we know it, though. We know that Otha is a very, very, very formidable opponent.
Oh, I know. Like
he can run through 76 and even 98 guys.
He's beaten me multiple times in tournaments before, so it's not like it can't happen.
Exactly. And I think you're going to see a different version of Otha, because Otha hasn't had a lot of damage on his arm from too many tournaments and stuff. Like I said, the work schedule just doesn't allow him to do it. But I know he's getting his table time in, with the club and stuff. And He's able to come down to our practices here and there. And man, I tell you what, you guys feel a lot alike on the table. I tell you, it's going to be very, very close, I think. I want to say it's going to be 3-2 either way. One of you guys, I think it's going to end up being a 3-2 for sure. Who can get into their strong suit, their strong point, their strong spot, who can get there, who can. But then again, you got your endurance, man.
That's always my last resort, though.
Jeez.
I mean,
man, that is, oh boy.
Did you go
There's a
into
lot of
the big match
factors.
wanting to hook him, or was you trying to top roll him? Like, what was your A game plan?
I think my A game plan was to stop him in a defensive hook. I knew I wasn't going to be faster than he was, so I just had to load up everything to stop the hit. Whether it was, I figured the hook would be the best option, but like as the match started going on, I started getting more success going backwards. But then it seemed like the next round, my backwards would be horrible, and I would try to go for a hook again. And I don't know. I felt,
why was your backwards bad the second time as opposed to the first?
I don't know. Cause like the time I beat him when he had the running foul and then I pinned him, I was getting everything I wanted. High post. I started climbing on his fingers. I started getting my cup a little bit. And then obviously I got the pin. So I went back to my corner and me and Devin were talking. He's like, keep going back. He's like, get into those fingers. He's like, you're getting success there. I was like, I know, I feel it. I can feel like me gaining the advantage. So next round, I loaded up for strictly back pressure, pronation, cup, and it was just a huge fail. So I don't know what the difference was.
No, for him, now, Craig, was your demise his cup?
I think so.
Yeah.
His speed and his cup, he immediately took me out of position. I was fighting every time from a losing position.
Yeah.
Dude, he was
I wonder why your
fast.
elbow was screwed up. I mean, you're fighting like this the entire time.
Right. He was impossible to bring back center. And then even if I got him back to center, I felt like I couldn't even move him like into the negative position at all.
Yeah. It was probably one of the most entertaining matches I've ever seen on Arm Wars, for sure.
Right. Pretty entertaining for a 5-1 too.
Yeah,
usually you're
exactly.
like 5-1. That's a blowout. That's boring. But
yeah. Well, it's because you're a hometown guy. You know what I mean? Like,
what's that, Otha?
How much load were they letting you get in this setup?
A fair amount. I wouldn't say like neither one of us were like no loading. I mean, we were giving a fair amount of pressure.
Let's see. Johnny was taking Joey 3-1, and he also said, Billy, do you have to pull only pro now that you won Michigan State Amateur? That's the plan. That's the plan. Yeah. I don't think there's anybody holding a gun to my head saying you can only, but that's the plan. I won West Virginia State Amateur 98s, and I won Michigan State 76 Amateur or Novice, whatever you want to call it. That was the plan. Tim and myself, talked about this for like the last 6 months. We win Michigan State, and then that is the stepping stone to the open class, or quote unquote pro class. So back to the bottom of the barrel I go, and I'm expecting to get my tail handed to me for the next 3 years, 4 years. So yeah, that's the plan, is the pull pro only.
I think I went 0-2 my first year at Michigan State pro.
Yeah. My question is I don't think I'm going to pull left hand very often at all. But if my left doesn't isn't in pain, for an event. Like, I'm just curious if I would have to pull open or pro with my left hand too. Because my left, you guys know my left sucks.
Right. Well, the way I look at it, it doesn't go based off of how good your arm is. It goes based off of your knowledge of the sport and how long you've been in it.
Yeah.
Because I know people, they do that all the time. Like, they're like 4 or 5 years in the sport, but they're like, oh, my left sucks, so I'm just going to pull amateur. I'm like, yeah, but an amateur doesn't know what they're doing. You've been in the sport for 5 years. You still know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's the way I look at it.
Yeah. Well, it looks like I'm done pulling left hand. Man, I got crushed left, man. My left was hurting so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. It was that just pain just right down that arm. It was there for an hour and a half. Doubled down over my stomach. I was just like, it was horrible. Horrible. I got pressed.
We've all been there.
I got pressed in the strap, and the guy was super quick, and I tried to catch, and it just, gross. Not fun at all. Because I can't back pressure with my left. There's no pronation on it, so I got screwed. Not screwed by anybody else, but screwed by my arm. That hurt really bad.
Mike always said the left is only good for holding the peg.
Yeah. That's the thing. I got decent cup. It can't let go of the.
Just over here.
Yeah, I got a match with Chucky Peterson, left-handed, and in July 15th at Townville, and I'm telling you, I'm thinking after Michigan. I was like, man, should I even pull left-handed because that hurts so bad? But I'm gonna pull him, but I don't think I'm gonna get a win. To be honest with you, I think he's gonna smoke me. I'll be surprised if I can get a win left-handed for sure, because it's like half of my right, if not even probably like 40%.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. I wish it wasn't broken. What are you gonna do, guys? Do you have anything else you want to go over? July 1st. 2023 Pottery Festival Super Match Showcase. Headliners right here. You guys excited?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast, man.
It'll be the match of the day. There's a lot of good matches on that card, but I do think me and Otha will pull off match of the day.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hope so. I sure hope so.
The whole community, they're always excited about the big names, which are all heavyweights and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like the light guys, man.
Oh, so much funner to watch.
The lighter guys are way more fun to watch. They're a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that they're more technical, but they're
more
quicker to
versatile.
get into their
Right,
different
they can do more
lanes.
things.
Yeah. It just takes so much effort and time for a big guy to go from, there to there, whatever, It just, I feel like the lighter guys are definitely more entertaining than the big heavyweights, especially if it's a close match, man. I love watching a nice close match.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so anybody in the chat, if you guys are still watching with us, I know we got a few watching still. You guys got any more comments or questions for these guys? Pop them in the chat real quick. I think I'm going to try to get the other guys on for a podcast before July 1st. Maybe like a week out. Maybe we'll get everybody together, all the contestants if we can, maybe on like a Sunday afternoon or a Sunday evening or a Monday evening or something like that. Yeah. Try to get everybody together that's on the card. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's definitely going to be a good event, and we've talked about this before. Ohio is definitely doing good things in the community of arm wrestling. Got a lot of great events coming up, and a lot of good things in store. So everybody, watch out for Ohio arm wrestling.
Yeah, I think we're top 5 in the United States right now.
As far as the organization and the community building and, the amount of tournaments, the quality of tournaments, the amount of pullers at these events, Ohio is definitely coming along very well. Very, very
And look
well.
at the talent we got too.
Oh,
Just say whether Otha beats me or not, or he wins 2 matches or whatever. That's 2 of the top 154s in the country, and we live an hour and 45 minutes from each other.
exactly.
I
was
don't think
looking at
any
the
other
arm fighter.
state has that.
Yeah, I was looking at the arm fighter rankings for the 76s. And there was like 3 or 4 guys from Ohio in that.
Mm-hmm. Well, Travis Camp just got on there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
I was like, that's awesome. You got Chris Mowry there. You got a couple other guys. I do believe it could be less. I don't know. But a lot of the guys that, are in our general vicinity are on that list. It's crazy.
Yep.
Let's see here. Scott Agulia. Good luck to you both. Grip and rip and have fun showcasing all the talent. We got to get Scott on the card for 24. That'd be a good one. Scott and Tim are going to go at it November 18th at East Ohio Arm Wrestling Championships. You guys watch out for that one.
Nice.
That's going to be a good one. Jeff Wilkinson said, Kev, do you think you were rested, Tennessee? If you were rested, Tennessee, would it have been different? Or do you think like Hunter is on another level right now?
So last year when I pulled Hunter, I obviously beat him 3-2, but it was still a tough match. When I seen him this year, I knew right away that he was a leveled up. Because as soon as I got to the venue, Hunter was weighing in and he had his t-shirt off. He looked like a completely different person. So even if I was rested going into that, I still think, it could go, who knows? Because when I beat him last year, one little mistake, it could have went a completely different way. So, he could have still got me this year. And the thing with him is his speed is what's a disadvantage to me, especially in like round robin style or tournament style. Anybody who's got speed, they always have the ability to get one over on me quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about those top 3 people in super matches. We just talked about Hunter. What about Roman and Cody? How would you do how would you feel like you'd do against them in a super match?
I don't know. So against Roman, even though I was on my deathbed at the round robin, I still almost beat him. I had him in a good position, and then he had an elbow foul to get out of it. And then when the restart happened is when he had that quick hit and blew through me. So I don't know what it is about Roman, but it kind of feels like our styles kind of collide. So I don't know if I have him based on like a stylistic thing. Cody, he felt his center table strength was really, really strong. Like in the setup, I felt like he was kind of bullying me over. So I don't know. It's such a high level. Anything could go any way.
Then you also go Dylan Burns.
Right. Yeah, he's a horrible match for me.
Yeah, I'm sitting here watching, I try to think of myself, like where would I fit in something like that?
Right. Well, July 1st, depending on how our match goes, you'll know where you're at.
Yeah.
Exactly. Jeez.
But I would love to see you versus somebody like, how do you and Dylan compare? How do you and even like you and Lorraine Jenkins or something? I would like to see that.
Yeah, and what's he in the US?
He's probably,
those guys
I
were
don't know
top
if he's
11, top
ranked.
12.
If he is, he's closer to the bottom.
Okay.
But still, I would love to see you against those other ranked guys, like from different parts of the country.
Yeah, I agree.
But we'll have to
Set
get
it
him up
up on
to
a Sunday.
Ohio.
What's that?
Set it up on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me see here. Who are we talking about? Larray Jenkins, right? He is not ranked on the armfighter.com rankings. Nowhere in the top 15 or the
In the hook.
extra. In the hook, I'll have to look. Hang on one second.
I mean, he's good enough that he probably could be ranked at least somewhere between 15 and 20.
Who was dead last in that tournament?
I don't remember the guy's name.
Was it Kegel?
No, I don't think he got last.
No, one person did worse than, I think 2 people might have did worse than Kegel. I would like to see Joel. Well, I think I'm trying to think of who else from that round robin you might have been a good match against. Mike Hitt, he's always tough. I mean, he's another one of those speed guys that could get me, or if I stop him, I could get him. So,
Who's that other guy? Sam Taylor.
oh, he's good. So
Larray Jenkins is 20 on the in the hook rankings.
Sam
Number
Taylor's
20.
crazy because you look at him, he don't look like much, but man, he just seems so strong when he arm wrestles.
As far as matchups, I think you and Sam would probably be the best matchup out of all of them.
Really?
What about Sam Teeters?
He did not do too good, I don't think.
He's number 17 on the in the hook.
Yeah, he was one of those guys at the bottom of the round robin.
Yeah. You know what I'd like to see if Otha is able to get around and it only stays at a round right hand. Just hypothetically, if Kevin wins 3-1, I'd like to see Otha versus John Hanoski.
Oh, I would too.
I think that would be a great follow-up match for Otha, another high-level opponent, but possibly a little bit closer to his level. Because right hand, obviously Kevin's above John right hand for sure. But yeah, Otha, that would put John's like 10, right hand 54 on in the hook. And then I think he's like 8. Or no, he is a number 11 on the arm fighter rankings. So that would put you right out of the top 10 nationwide if you could get a win on John. But you got a great opportunity coming July 1st. So
yeah, you can move right up to number 5.
Possibly, you never know. That's what I love about the Aries system and the ratings. You know, I love that. That's really what I like seeing.
I'd come out of nowhere and just be in top 5. I'd just be 5th.
Yeah, I mean, I would think if you beat me convincingly in a super match, if I was a rankings person, I would have no choice but to put you above me.
Yeah. Out of nowhere, just
that'd be messed up.
Everybody's like, who in the heck is Otha? What the heck
Right.
kind of name is that?
Well, it doesn't matter.
do?
Because there's people out there that have been arm wrestling for 20 years. They're just not active, so they're not on the rankings. If that person beats me, they're going to move right up to, number 5.
What up, Tracy?
Like a guy like Ezzy Warden, he's not even ranked, but he could come out of nowhere, beat me, move right up to number 5.
I agree. That's the way that they set these up. You get one win in a tournament, boom, there you go. That's it.
Yep.
What did we talk about this before? Having a list for super matches, a super match list, and then a tournament list.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea, but that's
That's why I'm leaning more towards super matches. I think they benefit me more than a tournament does.
I
I
don't
got
think
you.
the tournament shows who the best arm wrestler is. I
Right.
think a super match does that. I mean,
I
there's
like the
draws,
1v1.
wild cards that you can are thrown in there. You get drawn a bye. I mean, and you go in
Right.
there, you arm wrestle 2 matches, and then you win.
Right. That's the thing. I mean, I can go, my first match could be against somebody. Oops. My first match could be against somebody, and we could be in a 45-second war. And then the next match, that person could come in fresh and, flash me. Where if we both met fresh, it could be a completely different story.
Exactly.
That's just, as I get further into my career, I love doing tournaments. Like I always love doing tournaments, but yeah, I'm definitely leaning more towards super matches.
Do you guys think once you get to a certain level, as far as, the 54 guys, the 76 guys, once you get to a nationally ranked level, you know what I mean? You're at that level now to where is it beneficial for you to even pull in a tournament? You know what I mean? Like you're kind of, I'm not saying for sure, but like say Kev, like if you go to, a tournament, you're almost expected to win, because you're at such a high level,
Right.
and like you said, the super matches really benefit you more because you can pick somebody within your 5 to 10 away from you on a nationally ranked list. It's going to be closer to your level, and it's something that you can work towards, and you're not going to get surprised by some crazy Joe Blow or something. I don't know. But
Yep. Yeah, and especially
I
if you're
like
trying to if you're trying to build your whatever, your social media or your what do you want to call it? I'm trying to build my
community presence.
Right, my name or whatever. Constantly just going to tournaments and tournaments and tournaments. I don't think that's really doing anything. But like once you're put on the spotlight and now you got the super match, everybody's watching it.
Yeah. I think it's why everybody's chasing these super matches.
Unless you're like a diehard fan and you're watching the 4.5-hour live stream of every event.
No. I don't see too many people doing that, especially for a tournament. But, like in the case of like a Garage Wars or, a, Columbus, super match event or a Cleveland super match event, I mean, people are probably going to tune in for that and probably hang around for that a little bit more than they would for a tournament.
Right.
I would hang in for a tournament for a short amount of time, but it's like a minute and then I'm just like, all right, I'm done.
Right. I usually watch my weight class and then I'm done.
Yeah, there you go.
Or if I know there's going to be a good match, like, oh, Mosier and RVJ's coming up, then I'll try to watch that. But other than that, I don't really watch the full live streams.
Yeah. I watched Nationals whenever you guys was in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to watch like an hour and a half of it. And I got to see Cody Smith pull, and he smoked some guy in a red shirt. I was like, oh, yeah. It was awesome, seeing guys that we've been training with and in the community close to us. It's awesome seeing them on a national stage.
Oh, we'll see a bunch of them next year.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Everybody in Ohio better be there.
Dude, everybody in Ohio is going to be at that one. Guaranteed. I'll be there. I guarantee you that, son.
Yep.
Unless it's on my daughter's birthday, but I'm going to try to tell the wife to schedule. As soon as we find out the date, I'm going to be like, all right, schedule my daughter's birthday the other weekend.
I heard April 4th, I think.
What is this?
IFA Nationals is coming to Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Next year.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be fun.
You're gonna get so many people. You got all of the Midwest is gonna be there. You're gonna get
and you're gonna have Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Kentucky, even like New York. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be big.
Oh, it's going to be huge. Yeah. I look to see that one being one of the biggest ones in recent years, for sure.
I wonder where they're going to do it.
Find out.
That'll be interesting. I don't know Dayton at all, so I couldn't even guess.
I looked and it was 3.5 hours, 3 hours, 45 minutes for me, something like that, 3.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, cool, less than 4 hours. Awesome.
Yep.
It was like 4.5 or 5, something like that for Michigan State, I do believe.
Was it?
Yeah. And while you're cutting weight, man, that sucks.
Oh yeah, it does.
That was a tough ride. But we made it through. Let's see. Johnny Jarrett said, I like the aspect of super matches because my training evolves around my particular opponent. I like just climbing the ranks. You call out somebody ahead of you, you got a target, to reach, and then you have said match, and then you just go from there. It's a whole lot less chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
That way. Tournaments are just, you never know what's going to happen. But, it's the way that it works, it's what it is. There's definitely a place for tournaments and a place for the super matches. Like we said, once you get to a certain level, I think you kind of gear more towards the super matches.
Right.
Newer guys, you got to get the experience. So the only way to do that is to get ready goes. So you go to as many tournaments as you can.
That's what I tell. Yep. Anybody who's just getting started in this sport, I tell them to go to as many tournaments as you can, because that's the only way you're going to get that experience.
Yeah. And we've talked about this before, having a nice big available classes for your amateurs. That's definitely really good for the community. Having the all the classes for the amateurs the same as the pros, I think is beneficial for sure. So that way you don't have 200-pound guys going against 155-pound guys, in an amateur division. I like that idea for sure. Keeping it at the regular weight classes, standard weight classes.
Right.
I like it. All right, guys, you guys got anything else?
Nope. I will see you guys July 1st.
Yes, sir. Like I said, I'm going to try to get one more podcast in before the event with everybody if I can, or as many people as possible. We'll have a nice little chat about the event and everything. Once again, let's thank Marshall Thompson Trucking, SCI Roofing Services, Grip Arm Sport, the Morrow County Arm Wrestling League, and the Kiwanis Club East Liverpool. We thank them and all of them for their support and their sponsorship of the podcast. We thank them. Everybody, thank them so much for everything that they do for East Ohio Arm Wrestling also. You guys, Kevin Palco, Otha Loving, thank you guys so much for being on the podcast tonight. You guys, good luck in your match. Keep those elbows down. I'm going to be watching you guys like a hawk. But that's okay. Yeah. That's all right.
If I have to win 3-0 on elbow fouls, I will take it.
I've never seen the elbow foul though. That's a bad part. Enet Live, what up, John? Thanks for popping in, man. We're getting ready to wrap this up. You guys, appreciate you so much. Thanks for being here. You guys have a wonderful night and God bless. See ya.